What up, Matt with Matt and Sons Adventures, RC Edition. We're gonna fly the Carbon Cub again. Oh wait, hold on. Just kidding. Alright, as I do with any hobby I get into, I go balls deep. I just go all out. And 2 flights into that Carbon Cub, I went and bought me a EC 1500. This thing scares the crap out of me even more than that. That helped me fly really good with its safe mode. This has safe mode too. I have it programmed into my DX6 that I bought as well. And so hopefully safe mode will be my savior. I went ahead and put my little action camera in the nose, as this thing lets you do. It lets you do FPV cam and action camera. There's really no mounting system to it. You just kind of squash it into the styrofoam there. But hit record, see if we can get you some good footage today. Alright, got the plane powered up. I'm actually going to have my son launch this plane with his hands, kind of overhead, because I'm not too sure yet how these wheels are going to do on the grass. I know with the Cub, that's got a lot thicker wheels, it's easy to land and take off on the grass. But like I said, this thing scares the crap out of me. I'm afraid to fly it, but it's going to be exciting, so see what happens. Let me make sure it's on safe mode. You can always okay, on safe mode. Alright. Actually, I might just go for it. Okay. Can I record that? Give it a shot. He's not going to launch it, I'm just going to go for it. See what happens. My trim right.
Here we go.
Alright, I'm coming into land. Alright.
Wait, did the camera pop out?
A little scary. I noticed that it didn't have the power I thought it was going to have. And when I bought this plane, I bought the 2S 5000 milliamp batteries that the Horizon Hobby recommended, but it did not feel like it had enough power. It might have to go into a different battery. So, maiden flight. I feel like any landing's a good landing. Didn't crash it. Thought I broke a nose wheel, but it turns out it was just our little action camera here. I forgot to hit record on this though, so it's too bad. Like I said, terrified to fly it. Seems like it's throttle cut. It might be a little underpowered as far as batteries go. I don't have any more powerful batteries than what I got in there now. So I might put another fresh one in. I did a bunch of testing on this battery, so it might be drained down a little bit. So let's do some battery switching and see if I can get a better flight out of a different battery. So the 5000 milliamp 2S is when I bought the plane, it says suggestive parts to complete the kit, and the DX6 was one of them, which I absolutely love. This thing is so fun to mess with. I'm still learning it, all the programming stuff, but I got it to the point where I can put all the controls I need on this plane. But this was the battery that was recommended, and that plane was just lumbering. You saw it barely got off the ground, and I was actually even hesitant to make a turn. I was thinking about just ditching the takeoff and landing it again, but I was able to turn around. Unfortunately, I was landing with the wind, so it was kind of a rough landing. I wasn't able to slow down. So let's switch this out with a freshly charged battery and see what happens. Let's give it a try. I'm terrified. My heart is beating. Now I gotta turn her back around and make a landing. Give her a shot. This is on safe mode too, so. Yeah, let's try it again. And I forgot to put my voltage meter in there too, so I'm really gonna have to pay attention to my power, and it's flying good though. Alright, watch out, coming down.
My way?
Boy, that, oh, hold on. I'm gonna make it pass without flaps. I have my takeoff flaps on. Yeah, he's cruising now. I'm full throttle though, so this is definitely, I need a more powerful battery. So, landing flaps, oh yeah, he's got the lift there with the landing flaps. Alright, turning around. Ooh. Woo! thought I was past the snow, but came down a little hard, but seemed to handle it just fine. So, gotta take a look at everything, make sure nothing got damaged there. Throttle cut on.
Whoa! I thought you were landing.
I need to get back here. This is scary, dude. Alright, I need to approach that way. Much better landing there. Yeah! Actually, just to play it safe, I am going to change this battery out to the other freshly charged one and put my voltage meter on. Oh, good. Are you recording? So, I got this Venom voltage meter. It's really good. It's really loud. It was only 10 bucks on Horizon. I can hear it when the plane's 150, 200 feet away from me. I've heard it chirping on this Carbon Cub last time I went out and flew it. So for $10, this is a lifesaver. I should have been flying it in there, but you know, you don't have to have these. You can pay attention to your motors, and you can hear their response. And like for me, I'm no pro, but I can tell when I'm down on power and it's time to land. But yeah, it's a little warm. These will make it fly, obviously, as you've seen, but you need something more powerful. And I've seen in other videos where they put in a Y connector and run these in parallel, and it just gives you a lot better performance. But with the way we're going right now, if I were to have a heavy wind kick-up, I don't know what I would do. Honestly, just flying it, this is barely a breeze out, and this thing just lumbers in the turns. It really needs a lot more power, so might invest in a better battery. But we'll put in the other freshly charged one, put in the voltage meter, and get going again. See what happens. I'm kind of nervous, but you gotta go for it, right? And let me tell you guys, this is scary to fly, but if I can fly it, and you're somewhat experienced with RC flying at all, anyone can fly this. It is lumbering, but to the point where it makes you feel like it's gonna fall out of the sky. That was my biggest worry, like if I were to turn too tight. And also, don't do what I did and forget to, look at the plane, don't forget to take your takeoff flaps up. I was flying like that for a while, and I couldn't figure out why I kept climbing and climbing. Every time I'd try and level off, it would climb. Then I actually hit them the wrong way and put them down even further, and that's when I realized I was going the wrong way with it. So always study your switches, remember where you put them. So this is cruise, that's takeoff or fast landings, that's slow landings. Also, when you come in for approach and you go to land and you have your flaps at 100%, there is a really defining moment where it goes from flying to falling. You saw that second landing I did when the snow stopped me. I was cruising, slowed it down, went to pull it up, and it just dropped out of the sky. So be aware of how fast you're approaching and how slow the plane is flying, because there's going to be when this thing wants to stall, it's going to drop. It's literally going to drop pretty quick. All right, so we'll get going here pretty soon. So this grass is so thick that I kind of got to give it a bump just to get it moving. And I imagine that's another reason why it's having trouble getting off the ground. That grass is just keeping it slowed down. There's really no concrete we can take off and land on here, so that's kind of why I'm just going with the grass. But it's been working so far, so here we go. Abort. Let's give this one more try. There she goes. Yeah, once I take those landing flaps off, she wants to fly pretty good. So we'll roll her back around this way. Come cruise over us. I'm 100% throttle again, and she's just... Woo! Alright, let's bring her in. Landing flaps are on. Look at her just cruising up there. See, now she's starting, kind of wanting to go down and fall, so let's keep going. I'm gonna bring her in this way. For some reason, I've had better success landing with the wind rather than into it. Coming right at us. Landing flaps down. So fun.
Oh my God.
This plane is fun. It's scary, but it's fun. And I think that's just because I got to get used to it. And I'm getting there. Got to get some more powerful batteries. I think once I get some more power under those wings, she'll be real good to fly. But let's give it one more try. So just for fun, I'm going to see if it's easier. I'm going to have Tristan here do an aerial launch. He's going to hold it right at the wheels, keeping his hands free of the props. So it'll be behind. He's just going to give it a nice steady push. Hopefully I can throttle up good enough to get her going. Ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Fail. We didn't crash. I saw her sinking, so just decided to put it down, cut the throttle. Probably not the easiest way to do with this one. It's just such a big plane. So I think the key to this plane is speed. You gotta get air under those wings. I had my takeoff flaps down. Might have been better if I left them up. I don't know, it seems to have a little more stability without those flaps engaged. So, not willing to try it again. I don't want to break this plane. They are expensive. That's probably my only gripe I would have against Horizon, is how much this plane costs. And that's just bind and fly. So you got to buy the receiver too, or the controller. So it's a pricey way to start off, and of course that's kind of how I naturally do it. I just jump right in, and I'm like, I want to see how it flies. So at least I know. It's fun to fly, but we'll keep it with the traditional takeoff. I'm bringing her in. I haven't heard my voltage alarm go off, but she feels like she's losing power. So let's bring her in. Straight at us again. I'll tell you what, it's easy to land. This thing, once you get the hang of it, she is real easy to bring down. Get them flaps down and keep her nice and steady and just glide it right in. I'm not making very big stick inputs. I'm probably moving my elevator back a quarter, 25%, just to get it nose up so I can glide right in the ground. But other than that, that's probably the funnest part of this plane is landing her. Haven't had the opportunity to try the bay door yet, or the cargo release. Wanted to get used to flying it first, but it's got plenty of room for lots of cargo in there. So enough with this. Let's get back to the one. This is fun to fly, but it makes me nervous. So I gotta get some bigger power under there before I take her up again. Or who knows? Maybe get in the market for the bigger Carbon Cub. I think it's the Sport Cub SS. It's just like the Carbon Cub S Plus, but it's even bigger than this guy. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put this one up for sale. So if you're in the market, I'll cut you a nice deal on this puppy. Or I might keep it. Who knows? Fun times. Thanks for visiting the channel, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thanks for cheering me on as I don't crash my new EC1500. I'll take me a while to remember the name. EC1500 from Horizon Hobby. Fun plane to fly, even funner to land, because I guess if you crash it, that's not a really fun landing. So I think every time I land and I land clean, that's a win for me. So thanks for watching. Visit the channel. I'll have some more content. Peace.